In this video, we're going to go over how to create IES lights in Unreal Engine. So what do IES lights do? They're going to allow us to have a customized light fall off. If we look at this default spotlight in Unreal, the fall off of the light is what we're very used to. It's very bright and then it gets darker, and it's just a very generic kind of round fall off. There's no shaping to that fall off or irregularity to it. What IES lights will allow us to do is load in these little light profiles that you see down here. And those light profiles will adjust how the light falls off at different areas and different angles. And that will allow us to have lights like this that have a much more detailed fall off. So you can see it has this brighter spike of light here, and then it gets darker and then brighter again. You still retain all your controls. You still can change the inner cone angle and outer cone angle. The only thing different is how that light falls off. Before going any further, we should really understand a little bit more about these IES light profiles. So the Illuminating Engineering Society, they came up with this IES light profile that tells how the light falls off at different areas. So what angles is it brighter? What angles is it darker? How quickly does that light fall off? Because every light in the real world has a different housing to it, a different kind of holder of the bulb or LED. And it also has different shapes of those bulbs and LEDs. And all these different things affect how the light falls off into the room and onto the wall. So this file describes the light fall off so they can properly have a data file that describes a real world fall off of lighting. And these IES light profiles you can load into any software. You can load them into Unreal, you can load them into 3ds Max or Maya. Most renderers will support these IES light profiles. Now, if we were to open up one of these IES light profiles into Notepad or Visual Studio, you'd see something like this. It's a bunch of data about what the light is doing. So at the top is just the standard of the file. So IES NA stands for Illuminating Engineering Society of North America. And then some other data down here is fairly useful. As some sizing data, number of bulbs. It has the angles specified vertically and then horizontally, and then the illumination as the angles fall off. So it contains all that light data from different angles and intensity from those angles as well. But we don't want to have to create our IES lights by typing data like this. That's not an efficient way to create these lights. You can download IES light profiles. You can look at manufacturer websites and download IES light profiles that way and find the exact light that you have in real life and load it into Unreal. You can totally do that. But sometimes you might want to control things a little bit more artistically. So in that case, you can use a variety of softwares to create these IES lights. And one of the softwares that you'll have access to if you're part of the Patreon is a software that I just threw together for myself to make this process a little bit easier and a little bit more flexible. So it's really aimed at like visual effects and game creation and just making IES lights quickly to do what you want. So we're going to jump into that software. It just runs on a web page. It's not a big software. And you can create an IES light within a few minutes and export it and bring it into Unreal. Now, if you're not part of the Patreon, you're not going to have access to this. But if you don't want to join the Patreon and you just want this little program or IES light profile creator, I'll also have a link down below where you can buy it for a few dollars, and it will just make that process a lot easier. And again, you don't need this. You can go on manufacturer websites and download IES light profiles. There's other tools you can create them in as well. But I made this with the intention of being an ideal tool to do this. And we're also going to look at this because it's going to help us understand how these IES light profiles work and how to create them. So the most important thing in this software to look at is what's going on the left side. We have our 2D polar distribution and our IES curve editor. And we see our light here. And our light is kind of the center of this 2D polar distribution. That's where it is. And you can see the light falls off all the way to the bottom. And then there's this dip in the middle where it falls off sooner. And if we look at our actual light in the viewport here, there's a bit of a darker spot in the middle. The fall off of the light is not reaching that point as much. And that section, that 0 degree angle here that we see, is referring to this part of the curve editor. So if I pull that down, the intensity is lower in the center. The light falls off sooner than other areas. If I put that all the way at the top, it's the most intense spot and it's brighter. So this is kind of like a nice visual way of seeing the light fall off. If I start adjusting this curve, I'm adjusting the intensities at different angles, and this curve goes from the 0 degree angle all the way up to the 180 degree angle. And you're kind of working with like a symmetrical light right now, where if I beam this up to be bright all the way, something like this, it still gets cut off because my light cutoff is set down here. So if I don't cut off my light, that's the full illumination from it. And you can see it covers the full circle here. And I can start changing this and controlling my fall off in different directions and intensities in those different directions to create a very unique light. There's some controls here to relax it, to contrast it. You can also just take a pen and draw a curve, and maybe you find that easier, and then you can click that off and edit those points. So I've tried to make it very easy to use. Now, Unreal doesn't support this next feature, but you can also have dual plane lights, which will allow you to have a regular fall off, where you can have lights that are not perfectly symmetrical. So an example of that would be like if I do a light like this, and then I turn on this dual plane, I'm going to have two angles. And in that other angle, I'm going to draw a totally different set of fall-offs. So now you can see those both plotted out here. The orange line and the original kind of greenish blue line. And I have a bit of ability down here to rotate the light, and you can see how now the light is uneven on one side than the other side. And the best way to view this really is I do have an option here to turn on the fall-off shell, so you can actually view it as a 3D shape. Or, even better, you can check on this little eyeball here, and you can change the pitch of the camera as well. And you can see how the light falls off in different angles. So those two different planes allow you to control the light fall off from one axis separately from the other. So you can see kind of that plotted out in 3D here. Now I can reset my lights if I don't want to have that. I can reset them back to default, not do the dual plane light. And you can also just use this to visualize your light fall off. It might just be a easier way when you're modifying these graphs or these curves. Now, if you do want to see how your light would look with fog, you can do that as well. There's a fog option here for volumetric fog. You can also set the wall distance to be further away. You can change the camera angle, and you can see the light with some 3D fog. So you can see kind of how it would work on scenes that you might render and how it would behave. There's also camera exposure settings and a couple other things like floor height. So a variety of just simple features that just make it easy. And of course, fog density as well. So it's simple software, very simple. But the whole point of it is to be really artist friendly. And when you have a light that you're happy with, you can throw in a name down here called My Custom Light, and you can put in some metadata, and then just click this export button, and it will save it out to an IES Light profile. And again, those IES Light profiles are just text files, so they're nothing fancy. And once you have one of those files, you can just load it directly into Unreal. You can drag and drop it into Unreal, And when you drag and drop it into Unreal, it's going to show up as a little light profile like this. And Unreal just treats it as a texture. It creates this kind of gradient texture and applies that to the light. So it's quite efficient in Unreal. It does have a bit of performance hit. It's not going to be the same as a normal spotlight in Unreal, but the performance hit is not that bad. So if you're using modern day hardware, it's probably not going to really hurt your frame times or anything. And it does give you a lot nicer fall off. So architectural projects, film projects, this stuff's very useful. Games also useful to give you some nicer lighting. And it just allows you to recreate kind of what is in the real world and reproduce lights a little bit more accurately. And once you have these IES light profiles in Unreal, it's very easy to attach them to any light. So if I have my spotlight here, I would just scroll down and I'd look for the section that says light profiles, and you can just drop in the texture and it changes your light instantly. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something new, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the description down below. I'll throw some links in there, and also a link to the Patreon and a link to where you can just grab the IES Light Creation program if you just want to grab it to create your own little library of IES lights to use in your projects. And if you are part of the Patreon, don't forget to download the PDF for this video, which goes over what we talked about in a little bit more detail.